welcome into this reading. It's going to be an interesting one. So, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hi. Thank you, Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. I feel like I'm getting to know you. Kelly, I'm glad you guys are literally chatting with each other. Mel, DeRay, we have like a team. Yeah, it seems like we have this energy here every day, and I'm loving it. I'm loving hanging out with you guys almost every day. Joyce Hartman, blessings and love from Washington. Hi. Wow. Psychic Boutique. Hello. I saw an eye almost identical, not once but twice, on a handmade item. That's what we are talking about in this reading. And that's why I was like, we're going to go deep. Because when something like this starts showing up, wherever, it means something. It really means something. So we're going to talk about that. Oh, okay. Brandy Rogers. Okay. Wow. Yeah, you're really going there. And what you are experiencing as ascension symptoms, oh Lord, guys. Yeah, we are all experiencing that. It will be better as you continue to progress. Yes. All of the downloads coming in, we are all going through a massive shift that will affect everything. Yes, you said it. You just literally said it. That would be it. That being said, because we are working in this energy, I am going to get out a herb that I've been working with. I do have the actual herb of it, which is dragon's blood. I've been using this a lot. It's very intense. I have the actual red herb of this, and I often work with it. It's very red, guys. It's like red. Okay, and we're going to burn it in this energy that we're in, because we are working in a reading that is most probably going to be pretty high vibrational. So if you come in here and you watch the live, or you're watching this later on, why am I doing the live? So I'm doing it because of the energy of the energy that we hold in the live. Okay, so it is a bringing together of a certain vibration that you are, or you would not be here. So that is what it's all about. The dragon's blood, my favorite. You know what I do with my dragon's blood? So when I cleanse my house out, so I'll dip my finger into my red dragon's blood, and then I will mark the top of each one of my door frames. As I come in my front door, I'll mark it, and then as I move through out my space clockwise to seal energy, I'll mark every doorway in my home with a drop of dragon's blood, just on my finger, and just go dip, because it helps to protect your home and bring out the vibration as well in your home. So the card that we did get is called the Eye. All right, and it says, if I don't have dragon's blood, what is dragon's blood? It is a herb from a specific tree. Trees are beautiful. If you actually go Google what dragon's blood tree looks like, it's like this huge big tree. It's absolutely amazing. I do get my one from up here in Africa, so they do grow up here in Africa, but not where I'm at, much further up. That is, it's amazing. It's powerful. A little bit of dragon's blood in any work that you do. So if you make like a mixture of herbs or whatever, if you add a touch of dragon's blood, it really literally intensifies the entire whatever you're doing. That's why I like put it in my home on the door frames, just to raise that vibration and create that energy of sealing and just creating this beautiful energy. So let's go back to the eye energy. Initiate of portals. Look at that eye. Look at what's going on in the center of the iris. There is a spiral there. So the spiral always means to go within. Your journey is to go within. So sometimes on your spiritual journey, when you are, and this deck, by the way, I'm using a very deep deck, guys. This deck is called, some of you may know it, The Unveiling of the Golden Age. It's got a whole booklet with it. This is a very deep deck, so I will most probably go and look in the book, so please just be patient with me. These readings that I do live are really meant for deep diving. So when we start to see the eye showing up in our world, even in meditation, in dreams, a gray eye, Who's seen grey eyes? Yeah. So even in meditations, even in dreams, and remember at the end of the reading, we're going to have a chat. We'll talk, more deeper. This is a sign of something that is taking place. Another name for what this is, it can happen, say if you do ceremony. So not every one of us does ceremony. Some of us do, some of us don't. Ceremony would mean you do work with plant medicines or you don't work with plant medicines. It depends. If you do meditations, if you do shamanic journeying, if you're just dreaming in this energy, sometimes you start to see an eye showing up. It can show up like randomly. I remember the first time it really showed up for me. I think it was showing up for a bit of a while. I would go into meditation, or as I'm falling asleep, I would see this eye show up. It's also known as the true eye. Okay, the eye that you are seeing is tied to your own higher self, and it is presenting itself to you in your energetic field, in your space, in your heart, in whatever. So this usually shows up a few years sometimes before you begin to awaken to your true essence and what that is. And there's other layers to that as what that is as well. One of the things that I actually saw in meditation was exactly this. That's why I was like, wow, okay, we're going to go deeper. So I saw this eye show up, and ironically it was a guided meditation, and I don't know why this eye showed up, and it went completely off in a different direction. And I kept on focusing on the black part, the iris of the eye. Ironically, there's that spiral. When I was looking at the iris of the eye, I actually went into the iris of the eye. And when I went into the iris of the eye, I was in the universe. I was in the solar system, and I saw the whole universe like just everywhere, like the solar systems and all of that energy. And I was like, then I had that realization of, okay, everything is within. When you look into the eye and you look into someone's iris, that's why when people say, when you stare at the window of the soul, yes, Brandy, I was just going to say that. Isn't that ironic? I was going to say you stare into the eyes of the window of the soul, and you just commented that. That's crazy. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This is why I'm doing these lives, because we are walking each other. We're doing something in these lives, this energy. So that is when I understood like the whole universe, everything is really within me. It may seem weird, but it is trippy like that. It's all within. So I want to just read what it actually says here about the eye, because it may have some kind of, look, it is a tarot deck, but it's very different tarot deck. This is a beautiful tarot deck. I think the author who made this, an amazing lady, she actually she physically painted every one of these cards, So I think there's another deck of hers I really want to get as well. So this one says, so this may be relevant to events happening in your life at this moment, okay? So it says here, be open and curious, approach life with innocence, and be willing to see beyond the surface of assumptions and projections. So this is calling you to go deeper. It is calling you to go deeper. A surprise opportunity may be just around the corner. My incense is like catching so much of my attention. It's like I keep getting drawn to it all the time. But anyway, so this is about curiosity, inner exploration into yourself. So this is so interesting. So let's go and get out some more. This deck is stunning, guys. It is beautiful. Her artwork is like, I could just dream about making artwork like this. You know what I mean? I had such an intense dream last night. XK. Wow, yeah, the dreams are getting real. Wow. So let's have a look and see what's going on. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Yeah, we need an open mind to receive. And the one thing my guides kind of told me about the innocence energy, they were like, many people will be like, how do I communicate with my guides? And my guides are always like, play with us, play. It's high vibrational energy. I remember when I did do my ayahuasca, and I went into that space. I had a moment when I could spend some time with my guides, and I got very serious with them. And I remember saying, I want to thank you so much for doing this with me, and thank you for working with me, thank you for helping others. And my guide just stopped me and said, do you want to go troll in the universe? And I was like, okay. And they took me away and they were like, wee, and I was like, cool. And then I came back to my energy again, and I was once again like, I just wanted to say, let's talk about the work that we're doing with everyone. Let's talk about, and they were like, do you want to go roll down a hill? Do you want to go, you know, roll down the hill with us? And I was like, okay, sure. And that's just when I learned how they wanted us to be with them, play with them. It's the inner child of you that can communicate with your highest, with these energies. Be playful, be in playful energy, not always so serious. Ask them to play with you. Like, show me a sign. Let's play catch. Let's play catch. You know what I mean? And let's play catch. I will throw you a butterfly or a shell. Okay, I'm gonna throw you a shell, and you're gonna throw the shell back at me, and you're gonna find the shell somewhere in your future, and they play with you like that. That's how you learn to communicate with what they are. All right. So there is truth. So you've also got a priestess of earth guardians showing up here. I want to go here. That's waterfall energy. The waterfall, to me, it is cleansing, it is releasing, it's purifying of energy. So let's go and see what she's got to say, because her tarot deck, it's unlike anyone else's tarot deck up there. She's really tapping into something that is beautiful. And I always find when I go and read what it is, it's something that's so profound for me, you know. So this energy says, cultivate the balance of yin and yang, masculine and feminine. Your creative ventures and relationships will flourish by integrating structure and flow. So if you want advice right now, we're moving into, within the next couple of days, the year of the horse. Structure and flow. Structure and flow. Step it up now. Let's get the energy moving. Let's start taking steps into the right direction. The other card that comes up is to stand in your truth. I'm going to read what it says, but when I put the card down, my guides were like, you've got to stand in your truth. You have to stand in your truth. Wings of integrity. And this is 7 of activations energy. So we're going to go check that one out as well, and then we're going to get into the tarot. This is an important card to come up here at this moment. And it says they're anchoring light. Anchoring light. Maintain the integrity of your life force by seeking truth and cutting through the illusions. Yeah. So it's time for truth. This is the truth. The illusion is your perception of yourself, what you really believe yourself to be. The illusion would be everything you know that is now falling away, and the true I is showing up in reality. It is the time of embodiment in 2026. We are moving into truth energy. The last card to come out is restful renewal. And this is the 4 of activations. So let's go see what that one says. It's time to read that. It's time to, you know, whenever something comes up that's like resting energy, like a hermit card, sometimes for me can be like restful energy. I kind of know that there's some kind of movement coming in. Whenever something says rest, there's a reason why something says rest, because it's preparing you for movements that are coming in. So you need to gather your strength as you're moving forward. This is a time for rest, retreat, and reflecting on where you have been and where you are going. I am a hermit. Hi, fellow hermits. Me too. Okay, but sort of. Introvert, extrovert. You know what I'm saying? So I go in and I come out, you know. The end of illusions. Hello, hello, hello. I like what you said there. Yeah. Look at words. Be very careful of the words Kelly, we're the hermit gang. But we can be hermits together maybe one day. Can like hang out together somewhere, meet in the world, and then we don't have to be hermits, and then we can go back to being hermits again, because our energy will always want to be on its own. It's normal. So this is a time for rest, retreat, and reflect on where you've been and where you are going. I feel like this reading, it's so profound, especially because we're just transitioning now between the snake and the horse energy. And it's like that last little bit of the illusion slipping away. The last little bit of your, you know, what am I? Really, what am I? I really also feel my spirit guide just said like it is a time for decisions right now. This reminds me of the Four Swords. It could be like the Four Swords energy. I'm sure it's the Four Swords. Hold on. It is the Four Swords. Activations is it's Four Swords energy. So it reminds me of this energy of like needing to really go within, needing to, yeah, it is swords. Needing to go within, needing to really go into your truth and really contemplate it. I just came out of hermit. Yes. You'll go back in again, don't worry. It's normal. Look at the stick, look at this, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So ayahuasca looks a lot like this. If you've ever done ayahuasca, it's something similar. You'll sort of see these sort of images that are very weird, and it's like, what am I looking at, you know? But that's energy and how it looks. So now we're going to jump into, let's move my crystal over, we're going to jump into the tarot and have a look and see, what does this look like? Oh, as I open the deck, the first card I see under the deck is a literal high priestess. High priestess energy. This deck, what is this deck? It's the Guardian of the Night Tarot. Guardian of the Night. Guardian of the Night. I'm a tarot and oracle person who loves these decks. I've got both decks there. I've got decks aside here, aside here. So let's have a look and see what this looks like in your life practically. Let's see what this shows up as energy in your everyday living experiences of what's going on, you know. I also love to see the High Priestess. The High Priestess is actually my tarot card. The High Priestess is my tarot card. So that's interesting. It's for my zodiac sign and stuff. It's my tarot card. So, yeah. So let's get in and have a look here and see what shows up with this energy. Let's see. Ooh, okay, that showed up. All right, so we've got a Six of Pentacles. Whatever effort you're putting in right now, whatever effort you're putting in to anything in this moment in time. I moved into High Priestess as you pulled that card. Yes. I want to go on a retreat where they do ayahuasca. Yeah, if you do go on a retreat where they do ayahuasca, really do your research. Know the people that are doing it for you. They must understand different things. They must understand, don't ask how they prepare space. They must I'm actually in training to work with this. That's my shamanic work that I'm training for. That's some time to go, so it's quite a long process, or years maybe, to understand this energy more. But I'm learning. So they have to seal space, so they must seal the room. They must, my friend died doing ayahuasca. You need to be very careful. Ayahuasca is not for everybody. If the facilitators do not know how to hold that energy, you can get into some serious trouble. They need to know how to grid the space, how to seal it so that the energies are held in strong energy. I'm also so very sorry as well. Also, there is very specific diets that you need to follow before you go in, at least a month ahead of time, maybe longer if you can, which is very specific. Ayahuasca does not work with marijuana, guys. You can die. If people are smoking marijuana and they go to ayahuasca, if you're on antidepressants, go to ayahuasca. Our process of doing it, we have to learn, we have to get first aid level 3 to work with it. You can't have it, you have to have first aid level 3. Those are very serious things. These are definitely, well, I lead retreats. I don't know. I don't know. There is one plant medicine that I do think I would love to work with, and that's San Pedro. I've been working with San Pedro for quite a long time now. It is, yeah, it's massive for me, massive energy for me. So that one, I'm actually going this weekend. I'm not going to be live on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going into my third initiation. So yeah, I've had two already, so then I will be in ceremony over the weekend. Yeah, don't smoke pot. Then you're good. If you're not doing that, you're good. These two energies do not work together here. They are different vibrations, and they all have their own healing energy, but these are two complete different vibrations. They do not go together, ironically. So yeah, you've also got an Ace of Pentacles here coming up in this energy. There is a call to move forward, a call to go, a call to be. I will actually maybe talk a little bit more about ayahuasca at the end of this call, just gently, if you want to discuss a bit about it. I see many people actually kind of talking about it in the comments. So yeah, so this energy, it's almost, I feel like it's a call to move forward. I feel called to move forward. That's the feeling. It's like I am putting effort in. I'm feeling called. I love to see that there is this like owl coming in. It's like something is calling you, wisdom, ancient knowledge. Something is literally calling you. So then we have got the Two of Wands. Wow, guys, a lot of you guys, your journey is gonna take you in another direction. You got a King of Cups here in the subconscious mind. Your decision currently in your life is happiness above all. Happiness above all. I will be happy. I'm going to own happiness. That's what I feel from you guys. Like, I'm going to be owning my happiness. I'm taking my happiness back. Thank you, universe. You know, there is a split in your path. Okay. There's like a split in your path. Going in two different directions, two choices, moving in a new way. That's interesting. Wow. Happiness is a choice. It is. Sadness is a choice as well. Remember, we live in a world of duality. So sometimes we choose sadness. Sometimes we want to go there, and it's duality. There's one thing I just want to talk about with regards to sadness, okay? Or lower vibrations of energy that are like maybe thought of as not good. The light and love community that is out there right now, that is unreasonable, guys. We cannot be in light energy all the time. You will burn right out. What does the sun do? It burns. It will burn you. Okay, so you can't be too much in that energy as well. So you also sometimes need to go into the dark energy. This is the thing with witches. You see, we don't mind the dark. We kind of go, woohoo. You know, we play in both fields. So we kind of like, we're going to go down that path, or we're going to go down that path. We're going to go down there and have a look and see what's going on. To understand the dark is the only way that you're going to understand the light. So when we feel an emotion that is like, I love to be positive. You know me for years on YouTube, my energy, and even if you've had a call with me, a Zoom call with me, you know I will always, this is me, okay, I don't change, and just like this all the time. So I love to be positive. I enjoy that energy. Gosh, there's so much we can talk about in this call. I see so many comments here and so many things. I have to write something down. This is going to be interesting, hey? We're talking about substances. Okay, so in this energy, see, I've lost my train of thought now. What was I talking about, guys? What was I talking about? I've got tarot brain. So that's why we go into Hermit. So this energy of light and dark. When we're feeling like a darker energy is coming in, or maybe we feel depressed, you can't push it away. You can't be like, I need to be positive all the time. So you end up doing like, I gotta be happy, I gotta be happy, I gotta be happy. But the darkness is there. When I, and I can't say I, because I only speak from my own experience, like the yin and the yang, I then, something's up with me, I go there. I go look. And I'm like, okay, come here. weird feeling. Sometimes I don't even know what it is. I'm just like, there's a weird feeling. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't feel good. I don't even can sometimes name what it is. And people will say it's depression, or sometimes it's not even an emotion that has a name for it. It's just an unknown energy. And it can be something from a past life showing up. It can be your childhood trauma or whatever. It doesn't really matter. You don't need to pinpoint where it comes from. You just need to know that it's there. And then you go there and you sit with it and you just say, come here, darkness, let's chill. And you sit with it. And if it means that you have to sit with it for a week or two, you invite it in, put it into your heart, and you sit with it. And you're like, come here, my love. You know what I mean? And you sit with it. That is, and then when it will move through you, and then you go back to the light again. It's the only way. That's how you heal your trauma. You don't cover your trauma by drinking or substances. You take your trauma and you sit with it and you love it like a baby. And that's how you heal it. So that's why we can't always be feeling good. Sometimes we need to be feeling bleh to deal with what the bleh is about. Okay, so look at this energy. Look at this energy. You know the wings of integrity, the truth energy shows up with a hierophant coming next to it. It shows up with a hierophant. You know stuff, guys. Do not underestimate yourself. You know things. You'll know things. You feel things. You are the wizened soul. We do have the owl that shows up there. It's almost like the wise energy of who you are is calling you forth to move forward. It is calling you to move forward. Okay? So this is big energy. This is big energy. Then you just got major arcanas that showed up here. The whole middle row is just major arcanas. You got the Empress. So whatever you're doing right now, you are birthing a new version of yourself. That's what the Empress is. She is birthing herself into reality. It's the center card in this reading. And it's surrounded by these unbelievably strong cards. You've got a strength card on this side, which is Leo in your reading. You've got Taurus in your reading as well, showing up here. So in the middle is you birthing the actual strength of what you are, the courage of what you are. Look how this little mouse is standing up to the snake. He's like, I'm standing up to you. The heart is there. My heart is so strong. I stand up to the darkness. I stand up to my fears. I stand up to everything that scares me. But I've got courage to stand and face what this is because I am strong. My wisdom is on the other side. You are birthing this version of yourself. Someone who's got courage, someone who's strong, someone who carries understanding, wisdom. This is your process right now. It's amazing. Okay. In this other energy, I can see why you've chosen happiness. In your subconscious mind, there has been stuff that you've had to face. There has been, it's the Five of Swords energy. You've had to face conflict. You've had to face things taken away from you. You've had to face people in conflict with you, taking away your safety, taking away your self-worth, taking away your heart and your love. That's interesting. And you just decided, like, I'm not playing in this energy anymore. Above this is your thought. So this is the core energy in the subconscious. Of what lies above you is what you're thinking. I am choosing love for me. I'm going to create a life that is for me. This is not selfish, guys. It is not selfish. We need to be self-centered. Self-centered is not a bad word. We need to break these words down. They've said that self-centered, you're so self-centered in a bad way. It means to be self-centered. I am centered in myself. So I stand in my sovereignty. I stand in my power. Do you see how the programs are running? Self-centered is not a bad thing, but they've turned it into a bad thing so that we don't become self-centered. Myself is centered, and I'm strong, and I'm wise. They've taken that away from us to make you think it's a bad thing to think of yourself. How is this bad? How is this bad? Do you see what I'm saying? So now we have a Fool card showing up here. I'm going to show you something. A Four of Cups, a Five of Wands. There's a transition period here, and a Two of Swords. I see why this comes up. I'll show you something so interesting. If you put the work into yourself, and it doesn't matter what path you're moving on, it doesn't matter if you are walking the shamanic path, or walking the witch path, or walking anything, life coach paths, mastery classes, it does not matter. Whatever effort you put in, whatever your heart loves, whatever effort you put in, your wisdom, there's a key in the back there, right? The wisdom that gets unlocked in you will lead you to a new beginning. Very clever one. I love the way this little rabbit or the little hare is on the ice, and he knows, he's like, I'm going to come on this ice to protect myself from this wolf. I'm light, but the wolf is really heavy, so the ice is cracking, and he's sitting there going, come for me, come and get me. But let me tell you something, that ice is cracking. So he's trusting his wisdom, that he knows how to get away and he knows how to stay safe. So there's a new beginning that you're going to know how to navigate, okay? Then there's this part that comes in, these three cards. Okay, I know I'm creating this new beginning. I know I'm going to move in some direction. The Fool card is here. But I am still unsure if this is really meant for me. I've got these 3 cups here, and I've got this 1 cup there. I'm a little bit scared because that's an armadillo, so it's got hard skin to protect itself. And it's like, I know I should reach for the cup, but what if something goes wrong? Okay. Then we've got the Five of Wands, which can be tied to, how do I change my reality? There's so many things that I need to go through and do in this process of changing my reality. This is what I need to go through to change my reality card. It's a Five of Wands, so it's tied to the things that you need to sort out. So for instance, I'm going to use an example of the life you live. It doesn't always have to be spiritual as well. It can be anything, where you are in a relationship you're married. I'm not saying anyone's in that, I'm just giving you an example, okay? And then you know it's not for you. You know this is not, your self-centered energy is completely off, and you are completely drained, and it's an old version of you, and you know you can't be there. To get to that now happiness that you seek, you got to go through the Five of Wands without knowing where it is really going to take you. You know you're not happy where you are, but to get there, you have to go through the Five of Wands without knowing the outcome, Two of Swords. And this is where people get stuck. They get stuck right here, because they're going, what if I don't get there? What if I don't get here? What if I do this and I never get here? What I do know is, if you don't try, you're still never going to get there. You won't be here either. A blank space, a blank canvas is the most powerful thing you can ever have, because you're in control of what comes onto that canvas. You can choose what that looks like. It may not always look exactly the way you want, but you've got a lot more control than living in a painting that's not even your kind of art. You're into like classical artwork, or you're into like something else, and you're in a painting that's I don't know, abstract, and you like modern art, but this is abstract, and you kind of like, I don't think I belong here, you know what I mean? But the only way to get there is literally to transition over. So I kind of see this energy showing up for you here, where there will be doubts on the path. There's always going to be doubts on the path. When you are afraid, what do? This is actually shadow work, right? So when you are fearful, you're afraid of something in your reality. I'm so afraid of the future. I'm so afraid of what's happening in my life right now. The way to transmute the shadow into a positive energy is that courage transmutes fear. You stand up to what you're afraid of, and you face it head on. Love over fear, which are the highest vibration is love. You love yourself. But this is how you can work. When I'm afraid, I will have courage to face it. Then, and by the way, there's the heart. I'm just saying. So there's the love energy. So then that's how you deal with everything all the time. That is how you do this. A lot of you guys, because this eye showed up here, if you're watching it now or you're watching this video later, you are in a process of sort of bringing in embodiment energy into you. It is going to be a process. It is going to be long, short. That's if everybody will be different, but you will be shifting and changing during this and really taking on a more authentic version of yourself that you are now currently birthing into this reality. So there. So now I wanted to talk. We are done. Thank you so much. You don't have to go though. Stay. Okay, because you're going to chat a bit. So we're going to go to alcohol. So a lot of people were talking about alcohol. People were like, I don't drink or anything like that. With me, I always believe I'm not an addictive personality at all. I've never had that. When I was younger, I used to sometimes smoke cigarettes, and one day I was just like, and I stopped, and it's like, oh well. But I don't drink at all. I do sometimes, like when it's a special occasion. So when it's a special occasion, it's a birthday, it's Christmas, they'll make like cocktails, and yeah, now I'm going to have a cocktail. I always believe that there is duality in everything. This earth has given us beautiful gifts of life, and as long as it doesn't become your crutch for covering something up. Even plant medicine can become a crutch for people. So I've known people who have done 21 ayahuasca ceremonies. That's, you know, your journey and everything like that, but that is also a crutch again. It is another crutch that you go into to try to do something. The only time I move into plant medicine, which is mostly San Pedro, like I said, San Pedro is my plant ally, so I do work well with San Pedro. It's on ceremony, it's in ceremony, never any other time, and it is tied to specific things that are happening, not for fun. We're just not going to know. Then it will come for you, and you're not going to like that. So alcohol, I don't know if you guys know about alcohol. Yeah, spirits, be careful. Let's go there. That's it. Michelle, yeah. Why do they call certain drink spirits? Okay, alcohol and the fermentation of alcohol is a process that it goes through that changes as a fruit or something into a spirit. Words are always telling you the truth. Alcohol, the old name for alcohol is called alcohol. In the Middle East countries and Muslim countries, they do know about it. This is why they don't drink. Okay, it is called alcohol. It is known as a demon. Alcohol is a demon energy, a lower vibrating energy, and you can actually see this in people. So it can do. It's duality again. So it's duality. Alcohol can do amazing things. It's a spirit, so it can clean a wound. It can disinfect. But if abused, it will drain your energy and the energy of other people around you. So if you've ever seen a person who is somebody that drinks a lot, and they've drank quite a lot, have you noticed how when you look at them, they are not the same person anymore? Their eyes go, "You are you." When you try to talk to them, like, can you just stop drinking? There's a look in their eyes, and you're like, hello, can you see me? No, they cannot. No, they cannot. They cannot see you. That is not them anymore. It's like it takes control, and it thrives on creating chaos. And it eats that chaos. So in a home, if somebody's drinking, the person loses it, and there's drama, fighting, and that's what it creates. It creates this behavior. Also, it changes your behavior, so you become more self-destructive, more promiscuous, more wild and more risky. It thrives on this energy. So that's why they say certain spirits are spirits. Certain alcohol spirits are spirits, because they are spirits. Everything in nature, every plant that we have, even crystal energy, there is an energy in these things, and you need to know what those things are, what they are. So it is definitely that energy. Yeah, soul sucking for sure. And it's not only soul sucking in the for the people that are drinking it, it's soul sucking for the people who live around them. So they getting drained as well by this energy. It seeds chaos like this, so that it can pull that from you all the time. Be aware that that's not the only thing that does that. Okay, right now we've got something very new that has shown up here in our reality, and that is social media. That can do the same thing as well. So music can do that as well. Music can do that as well. Certain types of music can drain that energy. Sometimes not intentionally. It's not like the artist is going, I'm making this music to drain. No, they don't know. But there's energy that pushes them to make that kind of music that is like very, wow, destructive in energy. It's because they're being affected by something that can use that. Music, certain movies that you watch, they all do the same thing. And it's not like, please guys, can we not do this? It's not that the actors are actually going, I am making this so good. No, they don't know. They themselves are being drained, okay? It's just a bigger energy out there that is operating. And is it, I don't want to say bad, it is the duality of existence. It will be there, you know. Music is my soul too. It will be there. It just chooses, it just depends what you decide to look at and what you want to experience in this reality. As with regards to ayahuasca, ayahuasca is not something to be played with, guys. Don't let it become another crutch for you. Not everybody is meant to do ayahuasca. It's not meant for everybody. It is a very intense experience. Very, very intense experience. It's like nothing you ever experienced. Depending on where you go, it can be even more intense. There are medical risks to ayahuasca. You can fall into a coma, okay? If you're not careful, you can stop breathing. It is a very serious thing. I've noticed that people are kind of jumping on the bandwagon of ayahuasca, and it's like, are we all going to go do ayahuasca? You need to do the work before you're going to go do that. You really need to go in your journey. It can't just fix everything. It can make things worse if you're not in the right space. And the making of it to become worse is also in alignment. It is in alignment. You need to go down there to come out of there. So it is an intense experience. It is also a very beautiful experience. It will open your mind to see what you need to see in that moment. If it calls you, you will know. You will know. You will know. If it doesn't call you, don't feel pressurized to go there because everyone else is doing it. Okay, you will know. Yeah. Yeah, sweat lodges do the same thing without use of any drug. Sweat lodges. Also, certain breathing techniques can do something similar. And there's another thing I went through. It's almost like a fire dance. A couple of months ago, I was facilitating there as a guardian mother, where people, they call it soul dance now, where people dance for 3 days. The people who are now going into the healing process, and we were holding that. Yes, it is tied to Native American ceremony. That is tied to that. So they called it fire dance, but they've locked it down now because too many people were interfering. So it's been moved to soul dance energy. This is a modality of where people dance for 3 days. They dance for 3 days. And then they fall into this altered state of needing to go where they need to go. It's an unbelievable thing to witness. Unbelievable thing to witness. There are many ways to go into this altered state of energy, way of doing it. Dance is one of those, okay, energies. So I'm having so much fun with you guys. You know, I've never done a sweat lodge. You know that, and I can go do a sweat lodge. I love drumming too. I'm just saying. My thing is with sweat lodges, I am not sure about that. I'm a little bit claustrophobic in energy, a little bit claustrophobic. So I'm kind of like, yeah. So I might go and do it. I don't know. I know when I'm called to do it, I'll do it. Stop listening to heavy metal if you. I can't listen to heavy metal music. I absolutely cannot. Also some rap music as well, much respect, because there is some beautiful rap music out there, but the words, guys, listen to the words that are coming out from the person's mouth. Anything you listen to, you're creating. I used to have these beautiful songs that I listened to, and like from the 80s or whatever, like, oh, such a beautiful. There was one song I thought it was so fun. I was like a young girl. I don't know who else remembers this. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. And I used to be young, like, it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. And then when I got older, I was like, it's my party and I will cry. No, I'm not listening to this anymore. And I was like, I'm not listening to this anymore. No. So I'm very vigilant with regards to what I listen to, what I watch as well. Sometimes I'll watch shows, and then sometimes I notice when I watch shows a little bit more drama-ified, there's a lot of stuff going on, I'll kind of watch and then I can't finish it. I'm just like, don't go for me, guys. I literally haven't watched the last episode of Stranger Things yet. I just can't, my energy just can't hold that kind of intensity like that. And I'm just like, I will watch it next year when everybody's finished watching it. Just give me a break from this energy. It's a lot. So when your vibration does raise up, certain things you can't do anymore. You just feel like, I just can't be in this space. I just can't be in that space. Listen to just beats and instrumental Dore. Oh man, I've got a playlist, guys, on Spotify called Witches. It's on my phone. It's called Witches playlist. I think it is. It's under Hedge Tarot. That's the music that I listen to. Beautiful stuff. Yeah. So love 80s rock. I love all things 80s, but then I also listen to the words and I'm like, So yes. You sing your own little heart lyrics. That's so nice. I have my drum. My drum is over there. So I don't know if you guys have any drums or whatever, but if you have a drum, it will give you its name. And because you said you sing to your little heart lyrics, my drum is called Warm Heart. So when I feel my drum, when I get to the center, it feels warm, a little warm spot, and I'm like, and I'm like, oh, warm heart. So I call my drum Warm Heart. But there we go. Wait, when I sing sad music, it helps me relieve pain. Okay, gang. Let me just shake that. You see, that's why I like the lives, because you can go into places. So when you are dealing with something, be it trauma, be it sadness of some kind, you need to let it be in you, but you can't hold it there forever. You need to let it be, but also release it out. So if I find myself like I'm not in a great mood, or I am in maybe feeling bleh, because we're normal, we're human, we're gonna go through stages. Some things could be popping up that need to be cleared as well. Then I decide to go there. I go there. Then you listen to sad music and cry about it. You watch a movie that's sad, and you are now, or reading a book that's sad, because now it's not about you, but you're feeling the emotion. So it's like you're taking the feeling that you're having and you're putting it out, you're directing it outside of you, as this is this person's story, but you're still feeling what the emotion is on the inside of you. But you're now projecting it. I'm letting it move through me, but I'm crying about their story. And that's one way to release what that energy is, without making it remain on the inside of you. So you go through it, you get your sad book, you read about it, and you cry, and you're like, this is so sad. I feel sad too, but this is really sad. This is a sad movie, like, oh my God. And you cry about it because you're feeling in that mood. And then by experiencing it through another person's eyes, say for instance, you're experiencing it in you, but it's also allowing it to detach from you, and it's going into that experience, and then it has moved through you the way it's meant to, and it's not tied to you. When you put the book down, you go, wow, that's sad, and then you go, okay, I feel better now, and you get up and you walk away. Sometimes I feel sorry for the actors who go in these movies and they carry that energy. I think if I was an actor, I would be protecting myself so much. I think that's why their lives are so upside down. Do you know what I mean? But there we go, my beautiful, beautiful souls. You are so amazing. So amazing. I cannot wait to do it. I'm going to be live. I will definitely be the same time tomorrow. I will not be live this weekend. Please remember, give me 3 days, guys. Go watch all the videos that you haven't watched. I'm just saying, you know. And if you're at the end of this reading with me, YouTube is throttling my channel here. Let's just talk about that. They throttle this kind of content like insanity. They will not send notifications to people, and they box your stuff. I've had people coming in here going, where have you been posting? I haven't seen you in like 2 years. And I'm like, yes, I've been posting. I'm like, I don't get your notifications. I'm getting notifications. So just be aware that this is what happens with this kind of content, that what we're talking about in these videos, I take the risk and I'm going for it. So if you guys want to watch all the video, that would really help a lot. Just go back and watch when you haven't seen. My videos are timeless, thank you. So that we can get these messages out there. Shadow band, yes, absolutely, shadow band, yeah. Because of, have you noticed, yes, shadow band, absolutely, shadow band, fully. Because of what comes out of the Hedge witch's mouth. But you guys are hearing it, so that's what matters. It is that energy, it is this energy, and I take the risk of it. Because, are you still popping up? Deborah, thank you. Yeah. Let me see what you said. Be responsible, look up the content, don't rely. Yes, yes. You must, you see, here I go again. This is why I get shadow banned. They will feed you what they want you to see, not what you need to see. Even the algorithm here is beautiful. It's a beautiful algorithm on YouTube, but it's still got that little... The moment I start going in too deep into the deep and other things, then it's like, no, we don't want that out there. So there's an energy, and I'm just like, okie dokie. But I still feel you guys have very stubborn energy. The ones who do watch the videos, your energy is very, very tough. That's what that is. That's this energy. So you can push through that Deborah. You're still picking up on those things because your energy is so strong to get it. So yeah. Do go check in on the channel every now and again to check if there's new stuff coming on, or go watch an old video. It might activate the algorithm again for you, and then we can also get these energies out there as well. This needs to be spread. We need to share this light, and even the information that you get, like when you come into these lives here, share your knowledge, put it out there, share your knowledge. It is time. Taurus, I love you. I have a very close friend who's Taurus, and she's so stubborn. She's tough. She's so tiny. She's like this big. She's like tiny, but I'll never cross her. I'm too scared. She'll take me down. You know what I mean? I love her to bits. But there we go. Starseed Warriors of Light, Michelle. Well said. Well said. Starseed Warriors of Light. Thank you for bringing your light into this world, sharing it with me. I'm tough too. I have to be. I'm sending so much love to you all. Until tomorrow. Same time, same place. We're going to light a candle in the dark again and send out the energy. Can they stop it? No. Bye.